traffic going to Rockwell. What's up, babe?
What's up?
So, Fred, what do you guys can say? How's the experience so far?
We're loving the traffic. We've been in this van for 3 hours, and so far we've traveled 6 kilometers.
Yeah. How about you, man? What can you say?
Compliment.
That's Bobby, our driver of the year, right? Abe, how much they charge you for a taxi?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out, but it looks like 2,300 pesos, man.
Going to, you know, from the airport.
I told him that's the white guy price, and it's different. But you know what? Here's the thing that's really important to understand is that you have a destiny. Don't trade it for mediocrity. Stop being a punk. Get out of bed in the morning. Work out. Read your books. Study your material. Go out there and crush it.
Don't be a chicken.
Right? That's right,
You're
man.
an eagle.
That's right, man. Don't be a chicken.
So what does the eagle sound like?
He's gonna sing later. He'll tell you.
Because chicken like, you know.
Yeah. No, chickens are not sexy. Eagles are sexy, right, Fred?
That's right.
Yeah.
No wonder you have an eagle tattoo.
How about you, Brent? What are you gonna tell your audience there, man?
Contact me on Instagram.
That's right.
Alright, guys. Ayos. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Tito Freddy. Alright, thank you. Ayos. Wish.
Alam mo na ko ng wish ko.
Okay. Billionaire.
You know what my wish is?
Stuck in traffic. There you go. Ano, Bobby? Ano masasabi mo sa love life?
Sir.
Anong
Performance.
depende sa performance?
Yes, sir.
Doon nakasalalay?
Yes, sir. Well, we can. There's lots of choices in the grid, Fred. It's like a high-end food court almost.
Oh yeah, Rockwell, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
What's up, Jing?
You've been to Rockwell, right? Yeah.
Say hi to my viewers.
Hello, guys.
How's your experience so far here in the Philippines?
So far, so good. my throat is too much talking.
Bus na naman yung Jollibee, babes. Kasama ako sa Jollibee.
Ayan siya. I have a joint venture partner for 25 years now. Very well connected with the government and the army. Kanya, you have to have a good relationship. I will not sign. Kumbaga parang
What's up?
ikaw, Naxi, kung gan kita on a policy on poverty, we have to trail it down. Yeah. Kasi sabi ko, hirap makakain. Wala kang lalagyanan?
Hey guys, are you guys ready? Yeah. Welcome to Philippines.
Morning, Philippines.
Tito Kerman, Tito Pans. What can you say?
Good morning, Thailand! Oh, sorry. Wrong country. Singapore. Kahapon na sa Singapore. Tomorrow, ano? Can.
Okay. Here are the lawyers.
I knew Mount Royal.
Yeah.
Si Khalid Abdul Razak is the instructor. We should get him.
Tito Pans, where are we right now?
Hello.
The Asian baby can be born outside of Asia and still.
So Freddie, what can you say, man?
You know, doing business in the Philippines, it's much How do you say it? Better?
Better.
Much funner. Remember this Manila mayor who cleaned up this park?
What can you say, Abe?
The statue.
Hey, just trying to get some business done here with my man. My man.
The statue was like
Ano sabi mo?
mabuhay.
Big business here, security in the Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Like I bet you they employ more of a percentage of the population than almost any industry. When you look at every mall, almost every store has its own guy, you know, and they actually perform. She wants the insurance money. All right.
Where?
Guys, we're strolling in Makati. Makati, this is my place.
Huh?
Should we could actually. So we changed the model pretty significantly. So we.
Oh my gosh.
Me?
Like all of the Philippines or
Up. Makati.
This is covered by
It was.
okay.
That's right. That's right. Can I change my order, please?
Yeah, can I just change my order, please? And can I have a velvet cake?
But it was probably 20,000 peso.
It would be easy.
breakfast, right?
20,000 at least.
But
He's helping his son though. Like
Yes,
Butch
yeah.
is helping his son.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
His son runs.
Are you guys having fun or what?
More fun in the Philippines.
Desire on this boat.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, he's really.
Kasi hindi kaya rin. Naalala ko na.
Kung ako yan, totodo ko yan.
Kasi baka mahuli ka.
Ayos
Huli ka
lang.
natin.
At least hindi ka late. Nahuli ka lang, at least hindi ka late.
Yung pinaka-professional, actually, next ang client. Yung the rest, pwede.
Ulitin natin yan,
Hindi,
eh.
yung banyong bahay dito. Pinaalis ako dun.
Kala mo iyatin.
President.
Video ko lang. Wow, look at that.
Yan, yan.
Subic.
Ayaw na talaga. September 13, 1981. 2019 pala, birthday ko pala yun. Today's
Well,
my birthday. It's actually we're making history.
what else can you say, man? Are you excited?
This is a beautiful place, man. It's exciting. It's revolutionary. It's historic. What else can you ask for?
Pando, what can you say?
It's it's very promising. I'm looking forward to meetings every day like this in front of the ocean and breathing fresh air. So yes, we are groundbreaking. We are at the cusp of innovation, and it's gonna happen really soon.
Mr. Brown, what can you say, man?
I can say this is one of the most handsome men I've ever seen. And all of his clothes are still on, so who knows what would happen, right?
So tell us something about the trip and expectations and, let's say 5 years from now, something like that.
5 years from now, he's going to learn how to dive, and he's going to be an underwater photographer. I think this is a good possible location. I think that it's got great proximity to infrastructure, which is critically important. Infrastructure is everything on these things. Otherwise, you can front load your expenses like crazy, and we don't want to do that to our investors. So, looking good.
Well, Brent, I don't have the money. You guys possibly like doing your video interview, but guys, this is the scenery that we're actually like, picturing like years from now, a year from now, me and Brad will be like right on the yacht, surfing and it's action, man. What about you? Okay, Brad, tell me something about
Hey
it.
guys, everything's very, very excited. We can see big potential here. This is history in the making. I can't wait for the company to grow and help a lot of people, especially in our industry. And we're just very thankful for all the people that we've met and who are helping us at the moment. And
So what do you see 5 years from now, Brad?
5 years from now, I'll probably playing a lot of golf, maybe fishing. At the same time, getting the community involved in every project that we do. I truly believe the Filipinos are champion when it comes with being a worker, smart, and talent. So stay tuned and we'll show some more later on. See you.
Yeah, we'll see you in 5 years, brother. Peace out.
What's up, guys? Say hi.
Paano nga gagawin mo pag walang hangin?
Nga nga.
Pero may ano ka doon? Paddle.
Meron kang paddle. Pwede kang mag-paddle. Yan kasi para sail yun. Parang surfboard na merong sail.
Masaya?
Oo. Bilis yan.
Oo nga, ikitin.
Bilis yan. Ito kayo sa ayun mo. Tsaka they were first, dati na sila existing K-12. So when K-12 was introduced, wala sila already had this system. Asked me to contact you because he has an emergency meeting with PRRD.
What's up, Sir Rami? Kamusta?
He will not be able to come
What can
to
you
the
say?
meeting tonight.
Hello,
He would
hello,
like
Calgary.
to reset tomorrow, same venue at 8 p.m.
Good evening,
Philippines.
It's amazing.
Another schedule set tomorrow already. Maybe on Sunday, but I'll have the register. Okay, tapos copy sir will
Malay mo, meron tayong makuha na hindi nakikita ng mata.
Birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Wish.
Wish. Wala ba yung sample natin?
Oh. Yeah. Thank you.
Tell me, it's her birthday pala.
Blessing.
Thank you.
Galing ni...
We have a special,
Okay ba? Okay ba birthday mo? Happy na birthday pa.
Hi, Frederick Montilla here, President and CEO of Canada Pacific Solutions. We're right here right now at B Hotel in Quezon City, and our main objective for today is to understand and meet different advocacy groups with regards to medicinal cannabis and hemp cannabis. We're here to understand their advocacy, and we're here to meet other groups so that maybe eventually, when the time comes, we're going to be working together.
Yeah. What we lacked actually was a meeting like this. We didn't have any formal like.
Because he was his professor when he was in
Eh, kabilang bakod. Kabilang bakod. Kasi nakasundot.
It's the only way that we can watch.
Natatest na po.
Pagkakis na yung necessaryo. Ito, ghost eh.
Hi, we are part of this unfolding of a great dream, and you're also part of it. It's the promise of abundance, liberation, and end of stigma and of fear through education, through responsible and knowledgeable and use of this with the right understanding. This is just a start, and we are all part of it. Let's see.
Frederick Montilla to call the meeting to order.
Canada Pacific Solutions International on September 14th, 2019 at Bellevue, Manila. I'm calling this meeting to order.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Will. So I'm with Ralph.
Oh, Will's my boyfriend.
Okay, the introduction. Please introduce your name. All right. 1 minute each, or 2 minutes the most.
Oh man.
All right.
So good evening. Good evening. So I'm Will Hassan Lee. So I'm from Tinayda, Manila. Currently, I'm with my boyfriend here. So I'm currently just supporting him in his endeavors. Simple as that. If he needs to automate things, I'm the programmer.
We're both computer scientists, so I don't think I need the mic. So
Go ahead.
I'm Ralph Ignacio. I'm from Pidiliman.
Yes.
But currently, yeah, so UP. So, currently in UP values and pushing for cannabis research to happen in the university. So, yeah, that's very good sense.
Right.
Lahat po ba tayo nakakaintindi ng Tagalog? Hindi ba
Yes.
na kaya
Wala pa yung-
we're just mas komportable ako ng Tagalog salita.
Sure.
Okay lang,
That's
okay
fine.
lang. Okay lang.
But of
Okay
course,
lang.
you'll be exposed internationally, so it's subtitle na lang.
Miss Universe.
Kasi kanina galing po ako sa isang art of living retreat sa may Chaong Quezon. Galing from Chaong pa ako kanina. Sabi ko nasa bus po ako, kasi iniisip ko yung mga mangyayari dito. Iniisip ko lagi, ano ba yung pagkakapare-pareho natin? Why are we here? Why of all the people in the Philippines right now, we are here in the same room? Why? And I'm thinking of our similarities, ano ba yung pagkakapare-pareho natin? And I think the bottom line is we all want to alleviate somewhat the suffering of people or of the world. And here we are given a rare chance, sobrang rare. Bigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na ma-share yung kaalaman tungkol sa cannabis. So, po si JJ, parte po ng Philippine March for Cannabis, Hemp Movement, and kami po yung nakikita ng mga tao na nagmamarcha sa lansangan, nagkakalat po ng mga flyers, kasi gusto po namin ma-share din po sa iba itong kaalaman hanggang mawala po yung takot. Hanggang magamit mo siya, mapakinabangan mo siya ng walang takot. Kasi alam mo yung harasan siya. Yun lang yun.
Thank you, JJ.
Check, hello. Hello, ako si Dagdag. Bali ako yung pinaka-founder ng Hemp Movement. So yung Hibla po kasi ano yan, abbreviation. So nag-invento tayo ng something. So Hemp Initiative for Bioresource, Livelihood Development, and Agroeconomic Solutions. So yun po yung tinatarget ng organisasyon na yun. Ako po bilang, kasi ako farmer kasi ako ng okra sa Cavite. So nagtatanim ako ng okra. Naisip ko, bakit hindi hemp or weed? Okay. So yun, salamat sa oportunidad na mapabilang dito sa loob ng kwarto na to. Maraming salamat. Tapos yun, ang pinaka iniisip ko po kasi is yung hemp seeds kasi yung pinaka-nutritious na buto sa buong mundo. So bakit hindi natin padamihin ng sobrang dami yung hanggang mapurga na tayo sa hemp seeds, tapos lahat ng kabataan kumakain ng hemp seeds, tatalihin sila. So yun lang po yung pinaka-focus ng Hemp Movement is for hemp seeds and hemp stalks for fibers o kung ano-anong gamit yun. Sana mabigyan ng chance na yung lahat yung lokal na magsasaka yung makikinabang, hindi yung mga yung ibang mas focus sana natin na sa mga local na mga magsasaka yung tulong na may ibigay ng kalaman. Yun lang, salamat.
Where are you from?
Cavite po. Cavite.
Hello, good evening. So I'm Jimmy Del Prado, and I'm proud to say that I've been in the movement since 2013. And I think founding the local chapter of Moms for Marijuana was one of the most instrumental incident that happened in the Philippines, because if it weren't for that, the medical marijuana movement wouldn't be here where it is now. So I also co-founded Philippine Cannabis Compassion Society, which is the frontline, like the lobby group now, with a lot of things. So basically what happened was, I am really new to lobbying and really new to like being advocating this as much as I'm doing right now. And I learned a lot from my experience with my past organization. I learned that it's much better to collaborate, it's much better to reach out, and it's much better to leave options open. Because what happened was, we've been pushing for medical marijuana since 2014. And with the progress that's happening right now, Thailand was once looked up to the Philippines because we were doing it like we were the first to draft a medical marijuana bill. That was back in 2015. So an advocate came here and asked, how are we doing it here, right? And then after that, how many years later, look at Thailand now and look at us now.
Don't expect the movement yet.
No. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. I always get carried away when I'm talking about the movement because it's like what JJ said. It's such an honor to be heard, to be like it's an honor to be with like-minded people with same passion because we wouldn't be here traveling all the way from Canada and US and from different provinces just to be here. So that's who I am. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fernando Cala. I am the Chief Financial Officer of Canada Pacific Solutions, so these are my partners. And I'm looking forward to actually listening and hearing from your experience on the ground and what we can do together as a movement. So, naging veterano na rin tayo sa mga pakikibaka sa lansangan, kaya makakapagbalik tanaw din ako sa mga ginagawa natin noon para maiunsad natin ang industriya ng medical marijuana at makapagdulot ng mga benepisyo sa mga magsasaka sa ating mga Pilipino. Kagaya ng sinabi ni Kim na lumalamang na sa atin yung mga ibang bansa. And many of these countries actually learn from us. But there are things that we need to move. We need to move faster before we give up the advantage. And in the end, we won't be able to actually reap the benefits for our people and for our farmers and workers. So yes, so we're here to listen, we're here to contribute, and we look forward to creating common ground for us to move forward. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Abe Brown. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Canada Pacific Solutions. I'm really honored to be here. We are Canadian, and you may know that Canada has gone down this road. That doesn't make us experts. It actually means that we have some learnings. But like Fernando said, we are very interested in learning from you. Being in the country now, a few times, we learn more each time. And so thank you for taking your time. My wife is Filipina from the province of Marinduque. Unfortunately, she can't be with me here tonight, but I share that just because I'm passionate about the benefit that this can accrue to the Filipino people. And of course, that's medical, but it's also economic and jobs and opportunity. And my wife, she grew up, well, she's my mom in some ways, but that's awkward. My wife, grew up in the province where there's a lot of agriculture, and people's livelihoods depend on products like these. And so, hopefully we can benefit local economies and the Philippine economy that way. Oh, my apologies.
Hello guys, good evening. I'll do Taglish with English and Tagalog. That's kind of my thing. I'm Matthew Rosales. I'm here. I'm from Quezon City, but just so you know, I also work in 4 different dispensaries in California, which I've been so proud of. And I'm just here to tell you guys that I'm like the living proof that cannabis is such a miracle drug. It has saved tons of lives, and it has changed my life to the better. I would say it saved my life so many times, So for me, I'm one of the advocates who realized that how Philippines was so behind. I decided to go to California in my own will, with my own fundings, just so that I'll make sure that the Philippines is gonna be like in the forefront of this industry. We are a movement right now, but I'm really wishing that we can make this into an industry within hopefully next year, which I'm very hopeful for. So if you guys, what else am I supposed to say?
Just the introduction.
Yeah, that's
Sentiments
it.
will go on.
Sentiments for sure. All right, so here we go.
Good evening. I'm Juju, representing Global Marijuana March and Philippine March for Cannabis. Before I was affiliated with PCCS, which the first movement that was to push for the legalization for medical purposes. Pero kasi ngayon may personal point stand dun sa issue ng about cannabis is we want it to get decriminalized, not just legalized. Yeah, so yun. Thank you for extending your help. Kasi matagal na kami sa, hindi pa naman ganun katagal, siguro around 4 years with the streets, marcha, and pero minsan nakakapagod. Pero worth it naman, worth it. So, maraming salamat.
Did you say you're from California or no? You live in California. You lived there before. Okay. You're balikbayan. And where are you from?
Taguig.
Taguig.
Bike lang ako.
Alright.
Bike all the way.
You were late, that's why.
I am late. I'm Romy. I'm with a group, but I'm local here. I also want to learn. You know, I'm learning about cannabis hemp and the potential. So I'm interested not only on the medical benefit, but economic benefit that it could bring to the country. And hopefully we could bring this into a legal reality that we can maximize the potential of our natural resources and benefit the farmers and other sectors that could also be benefited from the other byproducts of the crop. So,
Mr. birthday cakes for 2 straight days now. So it's kind of
medicinal cakes.
It's actually my name is Frederick Montilla. I am the president and CEO of Canada Pacific Solutions International. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are thinking right now what is the real agenda and why we're having this meeting today. But before I even begin, I think I want to explain a little bit the background of our company. So our company really is a Singapore-based company, headed by 5 partners who are all from the beautiful city of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Okay, it's a Singapore-based company, and our main mandate really is to open facilities of medical cannabis and hemp in every ASEAN country that allows it. Our own issues because of high cost, low quality, and lack of supply. Our board is composed of 5 members, 85% Filipino. I would say 98.5% Filipino. Of course, again, our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Fernando Cala, our Chief Compliance Officer, Brent Anotado, our Chief Marketing Officer, Armand Flores, our COO, E. Brown. He's Filipino at heart. Okay, and of course our representative and consultant GM Jake Espiritu. As I said, Canada both in innovation, precise medicine, and research and development. We have many smart people in this country. Now we have many wise for us to think that there will be no one to oppose this. So I believe that all of us we have one common goal, and if we're going to get this done, because there's a lot, and this is why we're here today, to kind of get to know each and every movement, to understand what's the common ground,
and hopefully we'll find the perfect fit to work together. Thank you.
This movement here in the Philippines to further push the advocacy to shift the public discourse into decriminalization and legalization. And it's a pleasure to meet everyone here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one legal mind. Welcome.
Chapters in Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia. So I asked if they have a local chapter in the Philippines, and I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but after several months of corresponding to them, they gave me the Philippine Moms for Marijuana Facebook page on April 20 of 2013. I don't know if it's coincidence, but yeah, so that's what happened. And as a chapter leader of Philippine Moms for Marijuana, I wanted to know what's the current environment of the movement. So
Now, in the 18th Congress in the lower house, there are 3 bills filed discussing, the 2 bills are for the medicinal purposes. The one was supported by the PCCS, and then I think 3 weeks after, another representative filed another medicinal for medicinal use, and then there's another one focusing on the hemp industry. So the two.
Can we name the authors, the proponents?
Yeah, I can name them later. We can. Yeah. We have the all the documents about it. So currently there are 3 bills filed at the lower house. The hemp, the one focusing on the hemp, was refiled. This was filed as the last Congress, and then refiled again at the 18th Congress. And then the one, I can't particularly remember the House bill number, but the one who was supported by PCCS reached up to 3rd reading at the 17th Congress, but apparently and unfortunately, it lost traction at the Senate, so there's no Senate counterpart, so there's no choice but to refile again the bill for this Congress, the 18th Congress.
I believe it's the House Bill 4990, introduced by Eric Pineda.
yeah, that's it.
The other to grow, right? To grow cannabis.
Yung kay Fair yata, it allows agricultural universities.
No, like for indoor, for like the other countries, the way they do it with medical, they allowed at least minimum, maximum of 6 plants.
I have no comparison yet with the 3 bills, but that's what I can say right now, that there are 3 bills filed discussing this issue. So 2 are, the one focusing with the medical marijuana are almost the same.
The one for hemp, I think our CEO can answer that because he had a length.
When I arrived, I talked to him, and he said that you are trying to build some hemp facilities somewhere out there, hemp, industrial hemp. And as we were talking earlier, you told me that you see this as a step-by-step process. So I'm thinking is, what is the most sensible way that we can immediately do this? Plant, cultivate, harvest. What is the most immediate way? Like, do we do it medicinal and industrial hemp at once? Or do we do it hemp first, medicinal later?
Quite obviously, I'm the foreigner in the room. But that gives me a little bit of perspective, and I think that there's helpful value in looking at the journey of other countries. When Canada ended up where it is now, medicinal cannabis was legal for about 20 years prior to recreational. And so I like what you're saying, because the other dynamic in this country that you would know better than me is the drug war that's being prosecuted by the current president, which has its
bombings, being uppers, being paranoid. So I'm really pushing for this, and I think the government has no choice because the international network will really, pursue this. So my high hopes that everything will be all right.
How about you, sir?
I am facilitating a Facebook
page called Artists for Marijuana, but now I changed the name to Artists for Medical Cannabis. Yeah. Facebook page.
Today in the Philippines is he is the Senate President. And when you are the Senate President, anything you say no to, everybody has to say no to. It doesn't matter if the vote is 23-1, if that one is a Senate President, sorry. That's just how it works, to be familiar. What we wanted to, our strategy and approach to Senator Soto is, I hate to use dealing with him again, but spending time with him and getting to know the way that he works is, what we wanted to approach to him about industrial hemp is, as Kimmy and I was been noticing, kay Senator Soto, is he really differs a lot to since we are a signatory to the 1942 UN Single Convention on Narcotics, and also 1961. However, if you look at that document very carefully, hemp is actually allowed for industry purposes. He keeps pushing us, bawal yan, because he always says we have to follow the UN's recommendation, we have to follow the UN recommendation. For the lack of a better term, parang gusto ko bakit ito, sabi ng UN, this is allowed. So maybe it's something that, obviously in a nicer way, but something like that, because whenever we talk about medical cannabis, actually in a technical sense around the world, nations that have legalized cannabis for recreation and medical use are doing illegal things under United Nations law. So it's in that vein, since Senator Soto keeps pushing na kailangan sumunod tayo sa UN Convention, that is one of the documents that I really
recommend to the General Assembly to actually, what's the term? To move to that, to declassify from Schedule 1 to a lower schedule. I can't remember which one. However, the General Assembly, to which this recommendation will be presented, will convene in 2020. According to our insiders in WHO, there are certain items in the agenda during the General Assembly that were taken out, and so this one moves to the 2020 agenda.
There's so many people you can save because industrial hemp has significant amount of CBD to heal, that you don't have to change any, you don't have to create any new medical cannabis laws, none of that complicated stuff. This is literally just your signature saying you allow it. And in saying that, in a way,
Hi, I'm Sharon Rosenfeld. So I'm a Filipino, I'm half Israeli, and based on my experience with cannabis, my first actual experience was in Israel. That was last 2009. So during that time, it wasn't yet legal in that country, where my grandfather, my grandmother, and my dad lives. So based on my observation, the people were using it, were even smoking it. They were already testing the medical side of it, even if the law hasn't been passed yet. But it seems that, there's no problem with the country on using the product, even if it wasn't legal that time, because it's on the research and development stage. But still, people were using it. And I think it's about time that the Philippines should be open about it. And this would really be a big help for the economy of the Philippines, and at the same time, it will create jobs and opportunities for the Filipinos. Whether we like it or not, the international network will push through with it, and everybody's excited about it. And I was also happy that I was also involved with campaigning for Philippine Cannabis Compassion Society, which is also a branch for the, patients and sick children who really needs this bill to be passed. But it's taking too long, the years are passing by, elections are happening. another House Bill number, and then the next House Bill number. I'm sick of it. You know, that we have to push for this. This House Bill, you know, it saddens me that, you know, we have to see all these patients crying. My God, you know, how many patients do we need to see dying just to want this affordable medicine, which is just a plan, you know, and it's already in a different level already when it comes to other countries. Not only the medical aspect of it, but you know, it's producing a lot of products, and at the same time, it's good for the environment. It cleans up toxins and radiation, and it cleans the air, you know, so I think we would be needing it right now here in the Philippines.
Thank you so much. That was good. I'm getting
to understand what's the common ground, and hopefully we'll find the perfect fit to work together.
Just your signature saying you allow it, and in saying that, and